How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about some games I've been playing and just generally talk about the Steam Deck a bit. I feel like I've done a video where I just sit down and talk about the Steam Deck, how my experience has been over the last few weeks and months, and just tell you guys some recommendations that I think you should be playing on your Steam Decks. And yeah, we'll just get a little conversation going in the comments, leave some feedback on games you've been playing and what's been running well for you. And yeah, we'll just dive right in. Let's go check out some games.
Welcome back, guys. As you can see, the Steam Deck is nowhere to be found. Well, I'll bring it in now. We actually have a new deck for him. The lovely guys at Ivoler, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, gave me a deck. Gave me a dock, sorry. As you can see, it's one of these really nice docks you can just place your Steam Deck in. You plug your AC adapter in and then just chatch it on the top. Chatch it, yeah, that's exactly what you do. You chatch it on the top. And it charges. And you can also plug a load of different ports in. You've got HDMI, you've got three USBs and an Ethernet. So it's really nice if you want to put it on an external display. I mostly play my dock in handheld mode, so I don't really attach it to external displays. But it's a nice little dock just to slip in and then put it on charge and take it back out again. I know I was using the infamous Switch dock for my Steam Deck, but sadly I've actually had to give that up to my Switch. Considering it is a Switch dock, I've given my Switch OLED the rights to it again. So yeah, I just thought I'd mention them because they were nice enough to send me it. I've yet to plug it in and try it externally. If that's something you might be interested in, let me know. I think these are pretty much exactly the same as the original Steam dock that came out recently, minus maybe a few ports on the back, but yeah, they all do relatively the same thing, and they're just a really nice little stand for your Steam Deck as well, so can't really complain about that. Anyway, let's jump into some games. So, since my last update video on you guys, I think I did it was about a month ago now, I've been playing a few games on my Steam Deck. There was a little bit of drought a couple of months ago where I didn't pick the deck up. I was doing other things, I was reading comics, and it just took up a lot of time. Until I went back and played Bioshock, and I fully finished Bioshock recently. I spoke about that in the last video I did on the update video I did. And yeah, since then, I've just been absolutely blasting on my Steam Deck. I've kind of found a newfound love for it again. Not that I went off it at all, I just stopped playing it. But yeah, it's an absolute beast of a device. As you can see, the game I'm loading up at the minute is Disco Elysium. Picked this up for £8 on sale recently, and I've just been loving playing it. Haven't played loads of it because Persona 5 is taking up so much of my time right now, but from what I've actually played of this, it runs perfectly well. I'll show you guys what settings I'm running. I haven't really got a real structure for this video. I just thought I'd talk about games I've been playing while showing them off and showing what settings I'm running them at. Kind of like the older videos I did where I showed off games, but just maybe more of a talky video. So as you can see, I've got this on really nice settings, to be fair. The game looks really good. I'm currently running it at 50 FPS locked frame rate and TDP at around 7. Gets me around 3 hours of battery life in Disco Elysium, so it's really nice battery life for this game. The graphics do look really nice in it. It's got that really nice isometric style to it. As you can probably see if you guys have played it, I'm very at the start of the game, but the dialogue has been keeping me coming back. Some of the stuff you can say in this game is so outrageously, like, just ridiculous. Like, for example, there's this body that you need to get down from the tree, and there's this really rude kid. I guess guys, us in England would probably call him a chav. Yeah, he's just a not nice kid, and he's constantly swearing to you. And then I'm trying to ask him for information, and he literally does not give a shit about what I'm saying to him. And he's got a guy behind the fence, and she's telling him to say different things to me. So, like, I'm trying to ask him about this body that he's throwing rocks at, any information.
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You had Kuno? Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Ravish.
Some of the writing in this game is so funny. And the best thing about it, I think, is all the dialogue choices you pick make a massive impact on things. And you can be like a big bruiser. You can go head first into situations, or you can think about it and try and sweet talk people, which is what I kind of like doing in games like Fallout. I always sweet talk people. I'm the kind of guy who like upgrades speech every time. just so satisfying getting out of a situation by just talking your way out of it. Like you've got stuff like this where you have to have like empathy up to 5, and it gives you another dialogue choice, which is something I love, because games like Fallout, you have a load of dialogue options. This seems quite a bit more in depth than Fallout when it comes to speech options and stuff, and it's very easy to like screw yourself over out of speech situations. So I quite like making quick saves in case I need to load back in case something goes terribly wrong. I try not to do that in games, but for some reason I don't want to mess things up in this one. Normally in like Telltale games, I'll just go through it and accept my options. But for this, I feel like I'm like going to ruin something if I get something wrong in the dialogue. But yeah, it's got a really nice art style. I think most of you guys will have heard of this game. It was receiving 10 out of 10s back in the day when it came out, but I managed to snag it for a really good price. So 100% recommend it so far anyway. I don't know if I can give a recommendation. I've only played about an hour of it so far, but yeah. As far as it running on the Steam Deck, it runs really well, and you're going to get around 3 hours of battery life at full charge. Probably knock it down to 40 and you get around 3 hours, 3.5 hours. But yeah, that's just Disco Elysium. You guys let me know in the comments how good it is. Let me know how more insane it gets, or just anything else about it you want to tell me. Give me some tips. Let me know, because I will be coming back to this when I get past Persona 5. But yeah, Disco Elysium, I managed to snag this on sale recently for around £8, which is an amazing deal. So yeah, welcome back guys. I did mention this game in yesterday's video, but that was about cloud streaming, less about the game. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Persona 5. I think I'm roughly around 20 something hours in. Oh, literally bang on the money, 20 hours. So this game for me is absolutely phenomenal. I've played around 50 hours of it on my PS4 when it first came out, and for some reason I just stopped playing it. I think it's because Persona 4 was a PS Vita game, and I played the crap out of that on PS Vita, and for some reason just having Persona on a big screen just doesn't massively appeal to me, because there's so much dialogue, and once you start going through some of the palaces, which are like the in-game dungeons, you kind of like are forced to play them to the end so you can save or get to a save room. And if you're stuck in dialogue, then it can take a long time. It's quite a bit of an effort. Like you got to set a lot of time aside in order to get through it. So having it portable and just have the ability to go into sleep whenever you want is such an amazing feature for Persona. I'm making it sound real boring. It's not. It's a phenomenal game, but having to spend so much time just in dialogue when you might want to only spend an hour playing, it was a little bit frustrating for me at the time. But now I can fully appreciate it, and I'm slowly catching up to where I was. I did buy Persona 5 Royal, and I did start playing it again on my PS5 about half a year ago now, and I got about 20 hours in again, and the same thing happened to me, and so I thought, no, screw this. It has to come out on Steam at some point. I'll wait. So then I got playing other games, and eventually it came back out on Steam. So I snagged it, and here we are. So it runs really well. I normally have it locked to 50. I don't know why it didn't keep my performance profile there. That was a bit weird. So I normally have it at 7 watt TDP and running at 50. I found that's like the best settings for me. It's such like a third person game that I don't think having 60 necessarily is a bad thing. The only real thing that's going to be action-packed in it are the turn-based combat sections, and even that isn't massively challenging, so it really just runs really well. So yeah, Persona 5, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I kind of like Persona 4 a bit more. The Midnight Channel whole storyline kind of intrigues me a little bit more than the changing of hearts of people, but it's also like, I'm not saying this is a bad concept, this is a really good concept, but the Midnight Channel one really was really creepy, and I just imagine the sound effect in my head now of the TV making that noise when it rains outside. I just have a lot of memories with Persona 4, but Persona 5 so far, I'm loving it. You've got every feature like from Persona 4 and more. You've got the ability to travel to different places. You have the confidants that you build up relationships with, and they help you in game as well. And this one does a good job at managing a lot of that. So like previously you might not realize that you could go meet one of your friends on a certain day, but they actually send you text messages now to let you know that you can go see them and that your relationship's going to build deeper with them. So yeah, I think this game improves on Persona 4 a lot. It's just the storyline in Persona 4 I really loved. You can't deny that this game has such a ton of style to it. It's got like so much style, all the saves, all the artwork and everything. The music is phenomenal. As far as it running on the Steam Deck, the only slowdown I've faced is in these busy sections here, where you're not really needing to fight or do anything precise, so it don't really bother me that much. But yeah, it's just these busy streets. It normally dips to around 40 for me, and that's only because I'm locking it at 7 anyway, because I'm just preserving battery life. But yeah, apart from that, I'll just show you guys the settings I'm running at. And Persona 5, if you're a fan of JRPGs, I have to say it's a long game, so you really got to spend some time with it. But as soon as you get in deep with the characters and you start finding characters that you really love, you'll get addicted to it, trust me. And the fact that you can just jump on it on the Steam Deck whenever you want is a game changer. So I've pretty much got it on the highest settings here. They do say run it at borderless because full screen can sometimes mess up the graphics a little bit. They say run it at 720p borderless. For some reason the game reverts that, which is a little bit annoying, so you've got to do that every time you load back in. But apparently it makes the graphics a bit sharper. But yeah, apart from that, Persona 5, I'm loving it. Let me know your guys' experience with Persona. Are you fans of Persona? Or have you decided to pick it up because you've heard really good things about it? If that's the case, then definitely get it. It's worth it. So the final game I've been playing over the last few weeks is Batman Arkham City. So, I mean, most of you guys will have already played this. It's been out for time now, for a long time. And I don't know, something with me and Halloween. Every time Halloween comes around, I try and play a Batman game. I think it's because of the villains in Batman. He has a lot of iconic, spooky, you know, Scarecrow-esque, Joker-esque. They're all horror-based villains, and he just has a very Halloween-y themed Gotham. So I thought this year I'd play Batman Arkham Asylum again, and I'd also play Batman Arkham City. So over the last couple of weeks, I finished Batman Arkham Asylum, and I managed to jump onto Batman Arkham City now. And I think I'm about 35% the way through it. I'm pretty sure I'm near the part where you go fight, you go into like the tunnels and you try and find Ra's al Ghul. So I'm getting there with it, but yeah, I love Batman Arkham City. I'm a massive Batman Arkham Knight fan as well, but I've heard Batman Arkham Knight doesn't really run that well on this on the Steam Deck, so I'm probably just going to play that on the PC and stick with City and regular Asylum on this. But yeah, they both work really well on the Steam Deck. I think I've shown them off before, but they're pretty much full settings on the... I think you have to do the settings before you jump into the game, but I'm running it at around 7 watt here, and it's got around 3 hours of battery life, which is really nice. I mean, I'm a massive retro gamer when it comes to this stuff. I know a lot of people wouldn't really class this game as retro, but old school, you know, it's a classic. It's been out for around 10 plus years now. So yeah, I mean, I'd say it was pretty much a classic. So it's kind of all I use the Steam Deck for, these kind of games, you know. And then you got your Personas, which are not exactly hard to run, so I don't mind playing them on portables. But yeah, I live for these games on the Steam Deck. They're so good. I'd have shown off Bioshock again, but I did show that off in my last video, and I did finish that. But yeah, aside from that, I'm trying to think of other games I've played recently. These have taken up a lot of my time when I get back from work, so I've kind of been just engrossed in these. Persona has taken up so much time, and yeah, amongst reading as well, I do a lot of reading, comics and manga and stuff, so I don't know, I've just been enjoying playing these. I did really want to play my Halloween-esque game, and this was scratching that itch for a while. So I think I'll finish off Arkham City and then move on to something else. I've got God of War, the new God of War to play at some point, and I've got Pokemon coming out. Obviously not playable on the Steam Deck unless you do some naughty things, but yeah. Batman Arkham City. So, a question for you guys. That's what I've been playing on my Steam Deck. What have you guys been playing on your Steam Deck? It's pretty phenomenal that the Steam Deck is now able to just be bought on Steam, and you can get it within a week and a bit. So, yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys have been playing. Recommend me some indie games, because there's so many indie game gems on the Steam store that I just haven't delved into. I think I downloaded a demo for the Card Shark one. I don't know if that's the right name for it. You play as like this. It's got a really cool art style, and you get to. It's not a card game, but you're kind of like hustling. You're trying to win the card game by cheating. It's got a really cool demo to it as well. I did enjoy that. It played really well on the Steam Deck.
So yeah, guys, if there's any like really cool indie games, Cult of the Lamb is one that I've been wanting to play as well. So yeah, give me some recommendations. Let me know what you guys have been playing. It's been nice to talk to you, and I'll speak to you soon.